Alright guys, let's continue from where we left off. Now in this video what we're going to make is this second panel that follows the one that follows the front fenders right there. So if we take a look at the blueprint real quick, the area that we're going to be creating, first off let me just hide everything. So hide. This area right here that moves down here all the way to this side. Okay, I think it ends here. We'll create that all around to here, go up over here, and I think it moves to the back as well. So if you take a look in the image here, you can see it moves all the way to the back here and ends over here. So that's what we're going to create. We're going to create that shape in this video, and in the next video we'll be making this side, these extrusions that come out of it, these two of them, including the tail, this thing that is extruding out of the tail for the tail light. We'll do that in the next video. So let's get started. Alright, so let's press Alt and H to bring everything back, and I'm just going to, so I'm going to select this. Let's take a look at this. Alright, so this is pretty close to this side. We need it to be because it's all one object. It all forms one object. Let me change the image real quick to where is it? This one. So you can see it's all one object. This thing here, the one that goes all the way back here, it forms a windshield. So I mean it forms a windshield frame as well. So we have to make sure we do that too. So let's get to work now. Alright, so minimize this like that, and let's take this one and press Shift and D, and let's move this to the collection main meshes. Now let's hide all of the guide meshes. So I'm going to hide all of it, and let's hide the front fenders as well. So let's take this one, let's get into side view real quick. I'm going to get in here, let's go into wireframe. I'm going to dissolve most of the edges that go all the way up. So all of these edges here, I'll dissolve them, and also dissolve the ones that are below it. Dissolve edges. So that is what we have right now. Just get in there again to solid view, and let's take this edge right here, press G twice, and let's slide that all the way to the left right there. And I want to select this, press Ctrl and plus, I think. Oh, let's keep that there. Let's change to vertex select mode, and let's select all of these edges over here. So from here, click on that vertex over there, hold Ctrl and Shift, and click on, I think it goes all the way up there too. Let's take a look. Yeah, so it goes all the way up here as well. So let's not delete that. Instead, let's do this. Let's dissolve the ones in the middle. So dissolve these edges here, and select all of this, press S and then Z, type in 0 to flatten it like that, and let's keep it right above here. Now what do we do next? Okay, let's move it down, should we? Yeah, so let's move it down to the middle area of this. So let's move it down to about, let's move it down to about here. So that should be good. And let's move on down here, select this vertex, press X and delete it like that. Select this one, press Ctrl plus until we get here, delete all of those vertices as well. Let's go into wireframe real quick. So I want to select all of these vertices here, press G twice, we're going to slide that back. Oh, here's what we're going to do instead. Let's unhide this fender mesh here, and we're going to go into edit mode of it right here. So go into edit mode of that mesh. Let's hide this real quick. Let's go into edit mode, and we are going to select this vertex, these vertices right at the edge. So you can see the vertices that I selected. All of these ones are the edge. Press Shift and D to duplicate it, and press P to separate the selection. Now select the fenders and hide it, and unhide the previous mesh that we had. So select this mesh and that one, and press Ctrl and J to join them together like that. So let's go into solid view. We're going to take this, we're going to move it in the y-axis a little bit like that. So let me see if that is good. Yeah, so that should be good enough. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm pretty sure we don't need these excess ones back here, so let's delete them. And what next? Alright, so let's just select all of these, press G twice, and let's slide it back to here. Let's make sure everything matches nicely. Alright, so I'm going to take these two, press Alt M, say at last. These two, Alt M at last. Select these two, Alt M at last, and do the same here, Alt M at last. So that is looking good so far. Let's add in an edge loop through here. Select these two, press Alt M at last. Let's add one through here. Okay, so let's take this one and slide it back instead. Slide it all the way back to here. And what next? Yeah, so take this one and that one as well. Press Alt M and choose at last. Let's get into side view real quick. Alright, so for now I'm going to get rid of the extrusions that we made. These two vertices here, press X and delete them. Let's take this one, let's get into side view. Let's move it down until it falls on the blueprint line like that. So press E and let's extrude it all the way to the end point right here. This is where it ends, so put it right in the middle like that. And that is looking good so far. Now I want to press Ctrl and R through here, press G twice, and let's move this up to about here. Let's see. Yeah, so that is coming out nicely. Let me slide it down a little bit like that. Alright, so I'm going to move it onto the blueprint line. Right now it's off of it. So I moved it onto it like that. And let's add in about, I don't know, say 4 more. Yeah, so let's add in 4 more. If we have to add in more, we'll do that. So let's just add in 4 more for now. And let's line these up over here. Like that. That is looking good. And I want to select this one right here, and I want to press V to to split it up like that. I want to press Ctrl and plus after that all the way to here, press X and delete those vertices very nicely like that. Alright, let's go into wireframe. I'm now going to select this one. Let's press G twice. Let's just move it up the Z axis. Press S and then Z, type in 0 to scale it flat, and move it up the Z axis until it falls here. Select these two, press Alt M and say at last. And I want to take these two here and press, I think it's a little bit too low. So let's use the grid line to see that. Yeah, so select these two and press F like that. Alright, so this should look good once we finish. Now I want to press Ctrl and R through here. Let's move it down here and let's select these 4 and press F. Add another one through here. Select these two, press F. Let's okay, so we have to keep these ones here. And let's dissolve them and see what happens. So it's pretty straight, so we can dissolve them. Let's just add in about 3 vertices, or maybe more. In fact, let's keep those vertices we had in there, and let's add in just 1 down here. We already have 1 up there, so we can keep that there. I want to add in 1 in here, slide it up to here. Add another one in here, slide it up to meet up with this one. Add 1 in here, slide it up to meet this one. Add 1 in here, slide it up to meet that one. And I'm going to add 1 more in here. Well, hold on, let's press period and change the pivoting point to active element. Let's straighten this out. Let's make them a flat line in the Z axis. So press S and then Z. Make sure that is the active element. Make sure this is the active element. Press S and then Z. Type in 0 to flatten it and move it up to fall on the blueprint line like that. Do the same thing over here. S and Z. Type in 0, and I think it's pretty much on it. Yeah. So that is looking good. I'm going to select this one and that one, press Alt M, say at last, this and this, Alt M, at last, this, hold on, let's add one through here first, select this and this, Alt M, at last, the same thing here, Alt M, at last. They moved a little bit, so let's scale them down again. No, this one is already on it, so let's take this one and make sure it falls on it as well. Press G twice, slide in this direction until it's about flat, like that. So that is good. Now I'm going to take this and then that, press Alt M at last, do the same with this side. No, not that side, leave that side like that. And let's take this one, press X and delete the vertices for now. Yeah, so let me get into solid view. That is looking good so far. Let's go into wireframe. Let's add in 4 edge loops through here like we did on this side. Press F all the way down to the bottom. What just happened? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. It's joining right in the center here. We don't want that, so let's press the knife tool, lay it on this one, and just move it down here. And then click to confirm, like that. So we're going to take these face here, press X and delete the faces, like that. I'm going to take these vertices here, press X and delete the vertices. So let's take these 2 vertices now and press F all the way down to the bottom, like that. I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's first of all take this, press G twice, let's slide it. Oh, let's leave it there. Leave it right there, because that thing is help creating this bevel. Is from the original bevel area, so we can't touch that. If we touch that, it might create some problems. So let's leave it there like that. So let's just press the knife tool here, and then let's cut this through all the way to there. Press Enter, and first of all select these 3. Press F and select this one last, and press F to change it to a quad. Alright, we still have a vertex here. So let's just press X and delete the vertices, like that. So that is looking good. Now let's just add in a shrink wrap modifier now. So I'm going to go in here. Let's minimize this. Let's add in a shrink wrap modifier. And we're going to choose, is it body guide, I think. Yeah, so I think that was the name, body guide. Pretty sure that was the name. And I think the bevel is showing enough, unless I'm wrong. Let's re-enable the body guide and let's take a look at this. So let's bring back the body guide. Alright, we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that for the sake of the tutorial. It's not too deep enough, but we'll keep it like that. So I'm not going to do any more tweaking to make it more deep. I'll keep it like that. At least it's showing. So let's keep it like that. So hide the guide meshes again now. So it's just a little bit of it showing. It's not too bad. So we'll keep it. Let's just unhide. Okay, let's unhide the guide meshes again. Let's hide the other guide meshes like that until we have only this one left. So select all of the vertices in here, excluding the one at the tops. Deselect those. So with these selected, let's change the pivoting point to face and make sure project individual elements is enabled. So press G and hold Control, then press Enter to confirm. Then after that, change it back to increment. I must have forgotten to do that. Now get out of that and let's hide the guide meshes again. So that is looking good. Let's get onto the side view and let's continue this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, press G twice and then C and then line it up on the blueprint line like that. And let's press E, extrude this over here to about here, extrude it again to over here, extrude it again to here. Let me move the back a little bit to about there. And let's extrude this all the way to, I'm not sure, the middle. Yeah, I think the middle. So E and then Y and then extrude this all the way to about here. Make sure it's in the middle like that. That is good. Make sure this is in the middle. Now let's press Ctrl and R through here. Add in, I'm not sure, 5 cuts should be good. So 5 cuts in there. Let's take this, move it down to about the middle. Let's press E, extrude it here, E, extrude it here, E, extrude it here, right here, right here, and let's press E and then Z. Extrude this all the way up in the Z axis to there, like that. Press E, extrude that here, E, extrude that here. As you can see, I'm adding in enough vertices to kind of make up for the curvature so that it looks accurate once we apply in the shrink wrap modifier. Right now the vertices are way too far away from the shrink wrapped surface, as in it's too far away from where it is being shrink wrapped onto, so we would have to fix that. That was what I was trying to explain earlier in the previous video. So in order to fix that, we'll just use the technique we used by changing this to face, enabling the project individual elements, and just flatten it on the surface before turning on the shrink wrap modifier again, and then it will be on it right here. So let's just finish this first. So press E and then Y. Let's extrude this all the way to about here. Press E, extrude this here, E, extrude that there, E, extrude this here, E, extrude that there, E, extrude this there. Let's press E all the way down here, like that. For now, let's just bring it to the corner, right there. Now I'm going to select this too and press F. So let's press Ctrl and R through here, add in 5 loop cuts, and let's move them to the center of the blueprint lines. Each of them should be on it, like that. So just move each and every single vertices onto the blueprint line like that. So that is looking good. Alright, so what we're going to do next is to take all of this. Let's re-enable the, I want us to fix this curvature here so it's right on the blueprint line instead of it shifting down here, as you can see indicated by this black line here. So let's unhide the body guide by enabling the guide meshes menu. So with that selected, I'm just going to wireframe. Alright, so we have a little bit of a problem here, and that is to, let's reselect the guide meshes here. Let's go into edit mode. I'm going to solid view, and I'm going to select this. Press Shift and D and press B and separate the selection. So let's go back into wireframe, select that one that we just duplicated. First off, let's hide this. Select that one and this one, press Ctrl and J to join them. Go into edit mode. Select all of the vertices above it, delete them, and I think we may have made a little bit of a mistake. Here's what, delete all of the vertices we just duplicated, bring back the body mesh like that, select it again, and let's go in there. Now let's select these two instead. Press Shift, is that the two we want to select? Let me get into side view. Yeah, I think it's enough. So just make sure those two you're selecting goes beyond these lines here on each side, and then press Shift and D and press P and separate the selection. Now let's hide this again. Let's go into solid view, select this, and then that one, press Ctrl and J to join them together. Let's go into edit mode now. Let's select the ones above here, these three, select them, delete them, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select this one, I'm going to move it, all of these, I'm going to move it all the way to here, like that. I'm going to move on to the side view. Let's press Ctrl and R through this one right here. Press G twice and slide it down to match up with the blue area over here. So press G twice, move that up here, like this. And select this one, G twice, move that up here like this. Let's line this one here onto the very surfaces. So just select all of that, move it onto it until it falls on it directly like that. I think that will be best. Now delete these two vertices here, and let's get onto the side view. Go into wireframe. I want to select this vertex and this edge down here. Press Ctrl and plus until we get here. Press X and delete those vertices. Yeah. So delete those vertices. Now I want to select this vertex and that one, and then finally the very end of this one that came from the down there, and press S and then Z and type in 0 to make it level with them. Now select these two, press Alt M, choose at last, like that. So that takes it all the way out there. Still have the indentation, I mean the protrusion out there. This thing was saying here, right in the middle one. So that is good. Let's go in here now, and I want to select this one and that one and press F. Let's get onto side view. Add in multiple edge loops, about 5. 5 should be good. Let's add one more through here as well. Now let's bring back the body, main body guide mesh, and let's select our mesh. Go into edit mode. Let's go into side view. Select everything, or rather select all of this by hovering over it and press L to select everything. Press B, hold Control. No, I mean don't press B. Just hold Control and right click and drag all over these ones. Make sure these ones are selected. Go into solid view. Change the snapping element to face. Make sure project individual elements is enabled. Press G, hold Control, and press Enter. So that should snap it directly onto the surface like that, and that should fix that offset of the circle, I mean the rounded area here. So if I press Ctrl Z, you can see what I mean. This was what it was before, and Ctrl to repeat that, you can see that moves it onto the surface. So you can see the difference like that. So I'm going to get out, select this and press H to hide it. Let's select this now. Let's go into the edit mode, select all of this. Let's go into wireframe and let's align it with this side as well, like this. So that is looking good. That is looking very good. So let's get on over here. all I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these ones here, the ones that we have here, from here to here, and let me just press Ctrl and R through here, press Shift and S, choose cursor to select it, and undo that thing we just added in. So just undo the edge. We just wanted the cursor to be in the middle here, and I'll select these edges here. Alright, first of all, let's add in vertices through here. So let's add in 4 of them. Now select this from here all the way to that one instead. And now let's press period and change the pivot point to 3D cursor. Now press Shift and D, press S, and then Y, and then type in -1 and press enter to duplicate it onto the other side like that. Alright, so with that done, we're going to select these two and press F. Now I'm going to select these two down here and press F all the way to the top like that. So you can see what we're having. It's coming out pretty nicely. It's looking good. So let's go down here. We're going to do the same thing with this side. So select this, hold Control, select that one, press Shift and then D, press S, Y, and then type in -1 to duplicate it to the other side like that. Now I'm going to select this two and press F, select this two and press F, F, F to end it right there. So we're going to go into edit mode now. Let me take a look. Let's go into wireframe. So we're going to select this, press Ctrl and plus, Ctrl and plus again, and yeah, let's delete to that point like that. That is looking good. So I think I'll get rid of all the ones above here, unless how did this happen? I'm not so sure how that happened. Let me check my guide mesh and make sure it didn't happen with the guide mesh. So let's unhide the body guide and let's take a look. Okay, so it didn't happen to it. That would have sucked. So let's put it off. Let's go in here and let's just fix this. Let me go into wireframe. In fact, I don't think we need that. Let's get rid of it. We do need this area though, so make sure you don't delete those, because those are where these edges are. This very area here, these bevels here, we need those to define. It needs to be exactly at that position for the shrink wrap to work correctly. So don't get rid of that one. Now let's take this, press period, change the boundary box to, the pivot point to boundary box, like that. Let's take this one, press E and Y, let's move that all the way to about here. Press E, just extrude all around the blueprint, like that. Let me move this out a little bit, move it down a little bit, move this up a little bit, G, move this here a little bit, and I'm going to press E and drag this all the way to here. Let's drag it all the way to here, and let's press Ctrl and R3 here, add in 4 vertices, and let's move them into the center of the blueprint, like that. Move each one of them to the center of the blueprint. Now we're going to take this one and I'm going to move it in the Y axis until it falls right in the center of the blueprint, like that. Now select this and then this one last. Press Alt M and choose Merge at Last, like that. So that's what we have. Nice. And what next? Let's go into wireframe. Let's do the same down here. So press E and then Y. Let's extrude this all the way to here. Press E, extrude it here, E, extrude it here, E, extrude it here. Press E one more time, extrude it here, and now press E and extrude it all the way up to here. Press E, extrude it here. So just extrude around the whole area nicely, like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select this vertex here, press X and delete it. Select this one as well, X and delete it. Now I'm going to take this to press F to put a face, a line between them. Now press Ctrl and R3 here, add in 3 loop cuts, and make sure they fall right in the center of the blueprint, each and every single one of them, like that. Let's save this real quick. So I just saved my work because I've taken too long and it would have sucked if it were to crash right now. So that is looking good. Now let's take this area, press E and then Y, extrude it all the way to the end here, like this. So I actually guessed, I was hoping this video will be a 2 parts. The creation of this whole panel here would be in 2 parts, but I'm kind of seeing right now it's going to be more than 2 parts. Maybe 3, maybe 4 tops. So for now, let's just keep working on this. So let's get in here and let's add one more edge loop through here, maybe. I'm not sure. Alright, that is good. So I'm going to select this and this, press Alt and M and choose at last. That should be good. I'm going to select these two now. And let's take this one, press G twice and slide it here. Take this one. Let's take that one. I'm not sure. Let's take this one, let's press G twice and let's move this here to about the center. So it's lying right in the center, and that is good. Very nice. Okay, let's move on. So let's press Ctrl and R through here. I think the best idea would be to, let's take this and then that one. Press Shift and D in the Z axis. Press S and then Z, scale it in the Z axis and type in 0 to flatten it out. Make sure it's in the center of the blueprint line, and that is good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this one we just created, delete that vertex. Let's move over here, select this 4 and press F. Select these two, press F all the way to where it ends, like that. Let's do the same over here. Press Shift and D in the Z axis, press S and Z and type in 0. Move this all the way down to the center, like that. So in order to make sure it is flat with this one, we're going to select one vertex from this side, press period and change the boundary box to active element. Press S and Z and type in 0. just to be sure it's in the same line, as in it's as flat as this one is. And now I'm going to take these four, press F, take these two, and press F all the way to here. I'm going to move this to the center right here. Alright, so that is coming out pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's go in here, let's take this two, press E and then Z, extrude it down to here, select one of the vertices here, press S and then Z and type in 0. Take this 4 now, press F, take these 4 and press F. Okay, there's something wrong, I think it's a normal problem, so select everything, press Shift and N to recalculate the normals, like that. So this is looking good, so far. Okay, so I think I've recorded over how much? 30 minutes. So I'm going to end here and we'll continue in the next video. So I'll see you guys in the next video.